And welcome back. My first guest is Sonia Cairo, Executive Director of Keep Rockland Beautiful. Welcome, Sonia.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, Sonia, you've been on the program before, and you have some great service that you provide, not just Keep Rockland Beautiful, but you yourself as the Executive Director of that wonderful organization. And I know the town has had a great working relationship with Keep Rockland Beautiful throughout the years. We have a lot of residents that volunteer through Keep Rockland Beautiful. So maybe you could just speak a little bit to the mission of Keep Rockland Beautiful, some of the things that you're involved with.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, we go with the town. We've been partners for a very long time. We just celebrated with a very big anniversary gala in this past October, our 20th anniversary, and we've been partnering with Clarkstown since the very beginning. Mm-hmm. Clarkstown remains a very strong partner of Keep Rockland Beautiful in everything that we do, and our mission is to bring awareness to the public and help empower them to get out and make this county and this town a more beautiful, and in the sense of the broadest sense of the word beautiful, more sustainable, cleaner, greener place to live. And we have core programs that help us to do that, and the Great American Cleanup is probably still our most well-known program, and it comes around every spring. We're kicking off the campaign on April 7th and 8th. On the 7th, it's Valley Cottage and Spark Hill in Orangetown, mm-hmm. And Valley Cottage in Clarkstown. And then on the 8th, it's New City Community Cleanup and Haverstraw, mm-hmm. in the town of Haverstraw. And it's a wonderful day that not only gets people out in their neighborhoods to come together. These community cleanup events are sort of a central gathering where cleanup volunteers can come out, get their supplies, meet neighbors, local businesses, partners in the area, and get it out for a couple hours of very satisfying, fun work that not only makes a very visible difference in the community, but really brings home the importance of paying attention to how our activities affect the natural resources.
Right. And so Keep Rockland Beautiful is you don't have a lot of full-time staff, you know.
We have one full-time staff, and that's me.
Right, and you have a cadre of volunteers, really. Roughly, how many volunteers would you say are involved with Keep Rockland Beautiful any given year?
Well over 3,000. Mm-hmm. And that includes the cleanup volunteers and people that help with our environmental education programs, parents in schools that come out for some of those, and people that come out for the high school land use planning symposium. Right.
So let's kind of delve into that. So Keep Rockland Beautiful does some advocacy work and things of that nature as it relates to sustainability within our community. And we're going to kind of move into talking about that in a moment. But I guess as you had indicated, what you're best known for is really the annual cleanups and the direct stewardship. And that runs the gamut from Boy Scout and Girl Scout troops to senior citizens. And I think you gave a great description of it, these community-wide cleanups where you'll provide the supplies, you work with the highway departments across the different towns, yes. Which will you know, the trash will be picked up and left. So maybe just describe what goes into that effort with the Great American Cleanup, which really you're kicking it off April 7th and 8th, but it kind of runs for what, about a 6-week or an 8-week period?
Yeah, it goes through mid-May. We need to stop late in May because of all the growth that comes up, and then you're dealing with more issues with not only not being able to find the trash, but you know, poison ivy and so forth. Right. The way I've described it somewhat like a Starbucks, because we help with everything in terms of supplies, standard supplies, and promotional materials, and training in outreach, and being there just to support the volunteers. We have a opportunities for sponsorships that are really helping us to be very visible. So big banners go up all around the county. We have a website. People can easily register for a cleanup. They can go out anytime they'd like. And there's, in the registration, it's registered as an independent cleanup. So you can go out by yourself, with friends, with family, pick a site that has been really gnawing at you, or we can suggest a site. Or you can join one of these community events where, rather than coming to us to pick up your supplies, and I should mention that New City Bowl has generously allowed us to keep our supply shed on their parking lot, which is now right next to where we have our office, which is very convenient. So if you're not an independent cleanup, you would get all your supplies at a community cleanup event, and have the advantage, like I said, of coming together with other people in your community. And these things run from about 50 to 250 people at these events, depending on where they are. And then the great thing about this is that Keep Rockin' Beautiful, because of these things and our education programs, we partner with people across all sectors. So we partner with Rockland County Solid Waste to educate people. They help all that garbage from the highway departments come to their facilities. They waive tipping fees for that time, so everybody pitches in. The highway departments are phenomenal. We couldn't do it without them. So the volunteers leave the bags behind at a location. They can again report online, and that helps us with the metrics on these to figure out how effective we're being. And they leave behind, we have these handy dandy bag tags that they leave on their big pile, so that people know that's what that is.
So, and as folks are going through the community, they'll be able to see these on the trash, and they know that that's really been done by volunteers.
Yes, yes. So we couldn't do it without them. We're built on the energy and the enthusiasm of volunteers, and it's a wonderful opportunity, and it's one that never gets old. It's sort of timeless.
Right.
And unfortunately, litter is something that hasn't gone away, but we do find that trash begets trash, and a cleaner area will stay cleaner. So people see that. And so when we go into the schools and when we talk to people at the orientations, we talk about not only what the after effect is, but what the preventive effect is. And we educate them not only on the visible and quality of life effects of it, but also the environmental effects. So we tell them about storm drains, which still people don't understand. Those are not sewers. And that storm drains are meant to alleviate flooding, but whatever goes down into them is going to end up directly in a local stream, feeding into a larger stream, possibly a reservoir, certainly affecting the wildlife in the area and possibly our drinking water. And we tell them about the importance of recycling, and they're actually given clear bags and separate out the recyclables, and again, thankful to the highway departments to sort of making sure that those get to the right tipping floor. And we also talk about, just in general, why reduction in waste is critical, because we can't address the waste issue just by recycling. So
let's talk about, because you're doing a whole thing with education, but let's talk about the in the couple of minutes we have left. You have a great program that you guys are really spearhead that I participated in probably for the last, I think, 11 years, 10 years. It's
yeah, I think since it's probably close to its inception.
Right, and it's the Rockland Plus, the land use program for high school students, and I just think it's a wonderful program. I look forward to participating each year in it as a mentor or facilitator. So maybe you could speak to what that program is about.
Yeah. I just want to say we really appreciate all the professionals and your time coming to the culminating event of this program. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to the high school students participating. So Rockland Plus has been around for about 13 years. It's a strong partnership between Keep Rockland Beautiful, Columbia University Lamont Doherty, Rockland Conservation Corps, and this year we partnered with the Rockland Economic Development Corporation. And This year, one of our partners is St. Thomas Aquinas College, where the culminating symposium takes place. It's an amazing opportunity for students to think about what's going on in their community and how they can make it a place that they would want, and I say return to because they're high school students and they usually want to go off somewhere, to work and live and raise a family and grow old. And it gets them thinking about the other members of their community at the other stages of their lives. And we introduce them to concepts in sustainable land use planning. And they look at a local site in their community and re-envision it. And that envisionment is physically mapped out and then put into a large poster presentation. I think we have 13 sites this year, and all of them are actively under consideration for redevelopment. So it's very meaningful to them. It's taking, a lot of the kids are in environmental science classes. It's taking their academic knowledge and partnering it with real world project learning, which is something that the schools are trying to work toward. And it's very difficult because of the curriculum to do that, and we add that really meaningful aspect of it. So we go out 3 times. We have 7 schools participating this year from throughout the county. About 300 students, 150 of them will come to the symposium, and they will share their poster presentations with the professionals, about 35 from around the county, who are volunteering their time to listen and give feedback. And then they are put into mixed school groups and re-envision another site. And that is the New York Innovation Center, former Pfizer property, and a very exciting very exciting possibilities also actively being, leased for operation. Right. And it's a wonderful, wonderful day. And then we have people who also volunteer as facilitators from around the county to help make sure that those groups go smoothly. And really very fortunate to have all of these people dedicating their time and energy for this program.
What I find really very interesting about this program is, and what I think is great, it gives the students, high school students, a practical experience of what a career could look like, or some of the efforts or activities that would happen if someone were to want to pursue a professional career in land use development, in economic development, in public service. And I think I probably was there at the very beginning here, very close to. I was when I was on the planning board, and I think pretty much just about every year I've participated as a mentor. And what I found just so refreshing about it is that there are kids now from early on. I know of a couple of kids that participated. One who just took the bar exam, is now working for a law firm and is representing clients that are going before land use boards in a different part of the state. And I know another student that actually went through and got a degree in environmental science and is now working for Orange County government and participated in the program. So I know some kids from early on that
I'm glad
that have actually gone through the program, gotten that experience, and professionally they moved into that field. The field now they're in their 20s and they're kicking their career off and moving forward with it. So
I'm so glad you said that, because we would like to know what an impact this has had, and we know that it does. And in some cases, I don't think it would be overstating it to say it's life-changing, because a couple of kids that came back to us last year after the symposium said, this has really changed what I think I want to do, or what I want to major in. Right. And so it's wonderful that you have that, because we lose track of them. So that's a good idea. We could ask the mentors if they hear of someone to write back to us and let us know.
Oh no, absolutely. In fact, Actually, last summer, I had a college student that reached out about an internship, and it actually mentioned that they had met me at through Rockland Plus as well. So, no, definitely, it does have a lasting impact. I mean, and again, it gives kids the opportunity at the high school level to really be involved in, if you will, planning charrette. That's essentially what it is.
Yes.
But it gives them a taste of what they might be able to kind of expect, and it's interesting because obviously they're high school students, so sometimes they might come up with ideas that may not be the most practical in the business sense, but going through the exercise and the experience, it really. It's touched a whole generation of students here in Rockland County, which has been great, and it's the classroom interaction, and then it's the culminating experience that we've been a part of. So we're just about out of time, but I'd like to give you the opportunity to offer our viewers information as to how they can support Keep Rockland Beautiful, get involved as a volunteer, or contribute in some other way. So how can folks help Keep Rockland Beautiful?
Well, you mentioned, Keep Rockland Beautiful is a not-for-profit. We have just one full-time employee and 2 part-time, and so it's always a challenge to do all the things that we do. And there are ways to support us. Just becoming a member goes a long way, and I have it here. We do a lot of things for our members, so we have these Rockland Underground tours. We just did one at Bear Mountain. It was fascinating. Matthew Shook, who's the Director of Development at PIPC, the Palisades Interstates Park Commission, did a fascinating PowerPoint with archival photographs of the development of the park system and Bear Mountain Inn. And our next one is at Lamont Doherty. So these are great things that come with membership in addition to the satisfaction of helping us out, and it really does go a long way. And then we have opportunities, like I said, for sponsoring, and then also helping to promote the Great American Cleanup. At the end of the Great American Cleanup, we have our Great American Cleanup wrap-up party. That's June 1st at Germans Park. It is tons of fun. There are sponsorship opportunities, and all the volunteers get in free. So we do that for them to show our appreciation. It's a great day, and Parks and Rec gives us and the town of Clarkstown gives us the mini golf as a donation, which everybody loves. And we have entertainment there and the showmobiles there with music. It's fantastic. And then in the fall we do our gala, which is a great opportunity to recognize wonderful people in the community, as well as raise much needed funds for the organization.
And if someone wants to get in contact with you, how can they do that?
Yeah. Well, our website is keeprocklandbeautiful.org, and you can call us at 845-708-9164, and you can find us on Facebook also. Great.
At Keep Rockland Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Great. So, Sonia, thank you so much for your service, continuing your service now. You've been executive director, I guess, probably six, 7 years?
6 years, yeah.
Wow.
I've been there since 2005. I was primarily doing the environmental education programs. I'm still doing Earthbeat, which is for K-8, and the Rockland Plus, which is my passion. And now I'm also doing executive directorship. So two hats.
Right. Well, again, thank you for your service, and thank you for being such a wonderful guest.
Thank you very much.
So coming up, veteran Dave Mendez. Stay tuned.